may see a couple of little rain showers here and there as a cold front continues to push eastward overnight. Beyond that, more dry than anything else. Low temperatures ranging in the 20s to low 30s as we get ready for a cooler day tomorrow, especially East River with highs in the 40s. Some 30s, though, out to the west. And again, maybe a few isolated showers or flurries east and west, respectively. We'll go through the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up in a little bit. But until then, First at 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
A man accused in a Watertown murder case is found not guilty. The decision from the jury coming up.
Plus, preparing for wintertime rescues. A look at the conditions crews in western KELOLAND are training for.
And we're going to find out what's next in the presidential race after Super Tuesday. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. For the first time in 3.5 years, Jeremiah Peacemaker is a free man.
Late last night, a 12-member jury found him not guilty of first-degree murder. He was the main suspect in the death of Kendra Owen. Her decapitated body was found in her apartment on September 2nd of 2020. She had also been stabbed 16 times. Their murder weapon was never found. Attorney General Marty Jackley says that he accepts the jury's verdict and felt that they had built a good case against Peacemaker. Defense attorney tells KELOLAND News that the investigation was flawed and Kendra Owen's family is still waiting for justice.
A former Canton nurse admits to stealing opioids from work. Today in federal court, Brittany Enstad pleaded guilty to illegally obtaining the medication. For 5 months in 2022, Enstad admits removing OxyContin from packages and replacing it with other medications, including melatonin and acetaminophen. Under a plea agreement, she faces up to 4 years behind bars. A sentencing date has not been set. According to the state, her nursing license is currently suspended in South Dakota.
Today, rescue crews in the Black Hills held an ice rescue training day out at Sheridan Lake. Every year they get together with other agencies to better prepare. Crews never know when they're going to get a call for someone in an emergency.
So today we're out here doing a joint training with South Dakota Game Fish and Parks, and it's an ice rescue technician class just for ice rescue and self-rescue techniques to help get people out of the water if we have to.
We're going to hear more from today's training coming up later tonight on KELOLAND News at 6. Looks a little chilly in there, doesn't it?
It's good they were able to find some ice, though.
That's true. You can't do ice training without ice, and it's hard to come by nowadays.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Considering how warm this winter has been overall, ice, when it has been sticking around, has not been all that strong. So we just may as well melt it all away at this point. Speaking of lakes that are typically frozen over right now, there's Lake Madison. It's still such a weird sight to see right now with no ice in this view whatsoever. But a decent bit of wind, though. Notice the camera getting jostled around over there. Meanwhile, here in Sioux Falls, 58 as we take a look at the Empire Mall at a distance. A south wind, though, at 22 miles per hour. It has been decently breezy today. So we have some clearer skies out there, at least to a lesser extent, where the Mitchell, Watertown, Millbank, but notice Aberdeen to Redfield, Miller, Pier, Chamberlain, Winter, all the way over to Pine Ridge. Yeah, that's a lot of cloud cover on the backside of that cold front that's continuing to push on through. And then you also have a little more cloud cover between Eagle Butte and Rapid City. Speaking of cold fronts, we can play a nice old game of Find the Cold Front right now. 62 degrees in Mitchell, 44 in Huron, or 57 in Sisseton. 35 in Aberdeen, 63 for Chamberlain, 34 in Pier. We're going to stay mild for a little while longer ahead of that front in the upper 50s and low 60s, but notice that chillier air on the backside. 40s and 30s out there, including 45 in Rapid City and 39 in Spearfish. It's not going to get overly cold, but it is going to be noticeably cooler, especially by day. You can also see where that frontal boundary is based on our wind profile. We have that southerly breeze ahead of the surface front, basically from the James River Valley points east, but Once you head west, we have that north by northwesterly wind very much in place. Low temperatures tonight are going to drop into the 20s and low 30s in many locations, a couple of teens up toward the North Dakota border. With highs for your day tomorrow, again, taking a noticeable step backward, especially if you're in southeastern and to a lesser extent northeastern KELOLAND. We'll see upper 30s and 40s across much of both of those regions, maybe hitting 50 in northwestern Iowa. Out to the west, though, we'll be firmly in the 30s. On the high end, we'll be either side of 40 down toward winter and Valentine. But while we do take that small step backward for the end of the week, we warm right back up for the start of next week. We'll talk about that coming up in your extended forecast as we head through the hour.
Thanks, Adam. Developing in Pierre, lawmakers are hammering out a budget as the legislative session draws to a close. So far, the Joint Committee on Appropriations has approved a budget for the Department of Corrections, Department of Labor, and the state treasurer. Digital reporter Ray Yost has a breakdown of additions and cuts. That's in a KELOLAND.com original report. Meanwhile, Black Hills State University will get another $926,000 to help it reach the funding level of the 5 other state universities. Representative Tony Venheisen, who is part of the Joint Committee on Appropriations, says BHSU has been historically underfunded and says allocating more money is a fairness issue. The state provided an additional $500,000 last year. A South Dakota State Legislative Conference panel has also made changes to several carbon pipeline bills. The bills include changes to duration of easements, further regulates entry on private property for surveys, and fees for pipeline projects. KELOLAND's Bob Mercer has a full breakdown and the changes made. That's on the Capitol News Bureau page right now.
Election season is ramping up in South Dakota. This morning, former state Senator Cheryl Johnson announced her plans to challenge U.S. Congressman Dusty Johnson. Cheryl Johnson will run on the Democrat ticket for South Dakota's lone seat in the U.S. House. We're going to hear from her in the next half hour and then take a closer look at her political background and her goals tonight at 6.